All right, good morning, world. It is about 7 o'clock on the 11th of April. That makes it a Monday. We got about 143 miles from here to St. George. I'm not sure about the terrain, but I think it's less hilly, or at least less vertical, than what I've been doing lately. We're going to be running through more of this awesome canyon for a while at least. I'm on Highway 89. I'm in Utah now. We went through Page, Arizona yesterday, and I'm just parked by the side of the road again. There's the sun. It's just coming up. I got the bike angled towards the sun. Last night it was cloudy, so I think I set up camp pretty close to 4 o'clock or something like that. So I'd angled the bike towards the sun in the evening, but I didn't get a full charge last night. I guess I'm gonna wait and see how much I get right away. If I leave by 8 o'clock, that's still a decent charge, and it looks like I don't have very much climbing in the first hour or two. So what I've been doing in the past, I had some Cliff Bars for breakfast. I'll ride for an hour or two and then stop and take a 10 o'clock break or something like that. The one on Facebook I thought was funny. This is what Moses must have felt like wandering the desert for 40 years looking for cell phone signal. I figure at least 3 people will get that. Oh, it was funny last night though. I'm always aware of, hearing a car stopping close to you, right? I had just laid down. It was 8:30 or something like that. I don't think I'd even crawled in the sleeping bag yet. And I hear this vehicle coming down the hill, and it stops just where I couldn't see it, right? So I'm trying to peek up without sticking my head up too far, just in case they didn't actually see me. So I think it was an SUV. It turned around and it parked because I'm kind of on almost a ramp here that goes down to that 2-track along the fence, right? So they probably had the same idea as I did, so they turned around, and then they probably looked down and saw me because I got the little garden lights, solar lights on the bike. And they probably sat there for 30 seconds and then they left again. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's like the desert's pretty big, but it's the first time I've had somebody try to camp in the same spot I was. So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, it was much warmer last night than it has been. I mean, it was still cold. I still wore my sweats and my jacket, but I realized in the morning I had unzipped my jacket and I wasn't wearing my neck gaiter over my face, the thing I use for a mask. I didn't wear that over my face most of the night, so that was nice. My feet didn't hurt when I woke up, that kind of thing, right? So, yeah, I think we're below 4,000 feet now, because Page was 4,300, and I think we're below that. So, I think we're going to go above 5,500 briefly on the way to St. George, but we're not going over 6,000. So that should be nice. Yeah. And then we'll get to California eventually, and it'll just be sunshine and everything will be happy and I'll be warm all the time. I know it gets cold in California. I still live there, but I don't think it's going to be that cold by the time I get there. So I was curious. I think I'm getting close. So I checked on the GPS from my position to home, and then I checked it from my position to San Francisco. It's a slightly different route than what I actually took. I wrote it in the dirt because I couldn't find my piece of paper. So I have already gone about 789 miles, and I've got about 834 left to go. So by tomorrow, I'll probably be halfway already. Okay. I was thinking about that a day ago. It's like I started looking at the map and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of getting close to halfway. So that's encouraging, Yeah, I mean, I've gotten into the rhythm. It's like, okay, you wake up, you break camp, eat some breakfast, find a bush to pee on, hit the road, I'll go 2 or 3 days without stopping to buy anything, or I'll buy a Coke or something, but not anything big, and then every about 3 or 4 days I'll hit a Walmart, or sometimes there's a dollar store, but a lot of times if I see a gas station, I'll just stop there, so about, kind of break it up like that. But you just get in a rhythm, and I had this funny thought a while ago. It's like, I'm almost starting to forget what it felt like when I was living in my house. It's just like, you wake up, you look around, okay, there's bushes and trees, and it's starting to feel normal, already. I forget what day I left now. It's in the description. I wrote down, I think it's in the description on the video. I'll figure it out later, but yeah, so we're already halfway, and I said today was the 11th, I think. So that gives me about 20 days left in April and almost all of May. So we should be fine. I haven't been gone that long, so I was starting to wonder about that because I was falling behind on my days. I was thinking I'd do 50-mile days, and I haven't been. Although yesterday I did 53. Yeah. Some of that, well, it evens out. I had a lot of coasting yesterday, but it got to the point coming into Page, it was so steep I actually walked about a mile down a hill again. The brakes, even with the disc brakes, which I like, but I don't quite trust because I broke it once already, right? So it was much, much slower going down the hill. I think it was slower going down the hill than I could have pedaled up the hill, because I was beside the bike walking it, because I figured if I take my weight off of the bike, then the brakes were enough to feel like I had good control, right? So I just walked it down. I'm like, okay, that's a lot easier than, crashing. So, yeah. Next bike definitely will have regen, because, if I could roll down that hill and recharge the battery instead of just burning up my brakes, Plus with regen, I would have regen plus the brakes, right? So I could be recovering some energy. That takes a lot of load off of the brakes even. So if I could go down a hill at 10 miles an hour and be in control, and then let off the brakes at that last 100 feet or something like that, and then kind of cruise across the flat, and the battery had recharged, that would be a huge game changer. So definitely next year. Yeah, St. George is, if I get 2 good days, I could be there in 2 days. If not, it'll be 3 days. Then it's like 120 miles from St. George to Las Vegas. And Las Vegas is where I think I'm going to take a down day and just kind of slow down for a day and kind of recoup. And then from Vegas, I don't want to go Interstate 15, I don't think. So the other alternative is it would give me a chance to go through Death Valley, which you choke when you say that. But it should be, it's not going to be 120 degrees probably in April. We'll see. I'll make a decision when I'm in Vegas. But from Death Valley, I could go across and go past Ridgecrest, where I was stationed at China Lake. And I'm thinking I want to go up to Lake Isabella. And then from Lake Isabella, we go across to Bakersfield, and then we go across to San Luis Obispo. And then from there, we go up to San Francisco. So we'd be able to run a lot of Pacific Coast Highway, which would be nice. And there is some campsites along there. So, yeah. That'd be that. So that's the plan. But first, we got to get out of camp and get on the road. But I'm going to let the bike charge up as much as I can stand it. It's hard sitting still, but if you can let it charge for half an hour, that's better than nothing. So, is it now? 7:30. I'll probably be on the road by 8:30. Cool. I just wanted to get a shot of this with the sun up. Not as awesome as the red rocks, but that's still pretty cool. And Mr. Sunshine. In a lot of directions, this probably looks about the same as it did when they came through with the covered wagons and stuff. You can just imagine cowboys running around out here chasing the cows. It's nice we still got a few areas we haven't completely screwed up yet. Okay, up ahead is mile marker 3, so we're 3 miles inside of Utah on Highway 89. Beautiful sunny day, just a mild wind. In case it doesn't show up, that says Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, National Park Service. And in the distance is where we were camped. So I was camped almost at mile 1, so I've gone 2 miles already. Woohoo! I'm not wearing my jacket or my toque or the face shield, face mask. I am still wearing sweatshirt and sweatpants. It is definitely warmer than yesterday. I'll probably be able to take some layers off in an hour or so. Some of these rocks on the top look pretty cool though. Okay, let's go. Okay, literally 400 feet later, right? Like, you gotta get a shot of that. And then there's this. I gotta love the highway guys' determination. There's a fence line in the shadow there. They're like, well, we got to put a fence, 100 feet from the road. Oh, man. That's like vertical and about 10 feet apart at the bottom. It looks like it's just like tight. Crazy. Water will find a way. That's pretty cool. All right, get going. Little town there, down there, big water. Had a couple towers, didn't have very good signal. And then I happened to see this one over here. Pretty good signal, so I'm uploading yesterday's video now. Otherwise, I don't know. There's not a lot of little towns between here and St. George, so. And it's 10 o'clock, and I had actually said I was going to do a 10 o'clock break, so let the battery catch up a little bit. On the hill, we're getting a decent angle towards the sun, so Anywho, those look kind of cool in the distance in silhouette. And big truck. Another big hill to drag my brakes down. I've been feeling heavy and draggy all morning, and I'm like, yeah, I did stock up on food. Maybe that's part of it. It's not really windy. It's just, I think what's happening is I'm going up a little bit of a hill and I don't realize it sometimes. And it's just like, oh, I can't go. And I keep pulling the batteries down, and now the clouds are coming in, and you know, still a beautiful day. It just feels like I just want to go a little faster, and I can't do it right now. Yeah, beautiful day. It's windy. Okay, quick update. High wind warning just popped up out of nowhere. I didn't see it this morning, although I didn't have internet this morning either. So I'm on BLM land. I only made it about 20-25 miles today, something like that. Not a very good day at all. Between the wind and then the clouds kicking up. Forecast 30 to 50 mile an hour winds. So I saw a BLM checkpoint or station, so I pulled in. There's nobody working, but there is a sign for a campsite 2 miles from here. So figured rather than sleeping in the ditch, I'll go find a campsite. $12 a night. No showers, but at least I got vault toilets. That's got to be worth something. So yeah, in case I don't have any internet down there, I think I've got it up here. So I'll post this tonight or today. I'll post it now. We'll do that, and then we'll pick up tomorrow. That's going to put me still about 100 miles from St. George, I think. So, slow day. That's it for now. Stay tuned. Okay, sit rep. We're going to go camping early. The wind was kicking up. I didn't have internet this morning, so I happened to check it when all of a sudden the wind kicked up in the valley here and got a high wind warning right away. So I'm like, okay, let's go camping. And I was like, basically I could see a sign for BLM. I'm like, okay, let's go check that out. And so there's a campsite in here, so I'll show you where we're at. All right, so up there is the BLM station. Several vehicles, nobody there. So they're probably out patrolling or something like that. There was a sign up there that told me where the campsite was. I'm like, oh, okay. So 2 miles down this gravelly road, which I am very used to since I live on gravel, but it's still a pain in the butt, especially with the trailer loaded. But yeah, 30 to 50 mile an hour winds. Forecast to go all night. I'm like, well, hopefully there's a little bit of shelter in the campsite. I'm not even really worried about if there's any open spaces. I'll just go set up anyway and pay the fee and not worry about it. I don't know what the rules are on BLM, but some state campgrounds have a policy that they will not refuse you a spot if you're on a bicycle because you can't get to the next one. Anyway, so I started rolling down the road. I recorded the last message and saw that signal was fading. So I'm like, okay, stop really quick. No signal here. Literally walked back 100 feet, had enough signal to upload the video. Otherwise, I'd be down in the hole and probably nothing would work. So there we are. I'll shoot some video of the campsite when we're set up. Oh yeah, with the high wind, I figured if I got as close to the rock as possible, it would be better than being out here somewhere. So I'm over here. There's a pay station, self-serve. Fill out the envelope, put your money in. So I'm over there figuring out how to do it. Hear this fluff behind me. There's an orange tent underneath the table. It was on the ground cloth over there. That sucker took flight. And if we look out, yeah, the cattle guard is yellow. There's a fence there. That's where the tent landed. Still intact. It's got a cot inside of it. It just went in over in. Way the hell over there. I'm like, whoa. And my first thought is, man, I hope nobody's in there. So as far as I can tell, I'm the only actual person on the site right now. Probably everybody else is camping or hiking or, exploring. So I'm like, well, okay, if I don't do anything, it's going to end up out in the, in the Neverland out there somewhere. So I figure out how to take the poles out and kind of deflate it a little bit and carry it back and shove it under the table and put some rocks on it. Hopefully it'll still be there tonight. So I'll get to meet friends, Hey, are you the orange tent people? Yeah, craziness. Anyway, check this out. Okay, welcome to Whitehouse Campground. I guess they're calling this the Whitehouse because it's a big white rock. I don't know, I didn't read very much about it yet. So, $5 a night. Funny thing is, at the top of the trail, I thought it said $12 a night, and I've got 20s and I've got 5s, but I didn't have any. I couldn't make 12, so I'm like, well, I'll just put in 20, whatever, right? But yeah, pretty cool. So I figured it out. You're looking at this, it's like, I didn't see the yellow envelopes at first, so I'm all trying to figure out how to open the top, and it's got a lock on it. So I almost walked away, and I'm like, oh, there it is, yellow envelopes, perfect. So yeah, we are in number 5, and then these are the lock-in sites, which would have been cool if I didn't have to carry all my stuff in. So yeah, this is apparently a really famous hiking area, so this would be something to think about later, some other time, basically. Pretty cool though. Yeah, you could come in here and spend weeks. Not in the budget for this time, but yeah. Time budget, not money budget. At $5 a night, I could probably afford this. And then yeah, we came in from here, so what they call contact station. I think you could leave notes for your party to find you, kind of thing. Yeah. If you were just trail day use, you could park out there. Yeah, just check this place out. It's pretty cool. No running water, no showers, so there is that, but pretty nice. Oh, and I do have cell phone signal. Apparently that's a cell phone booster. After I so carefully uploaded a video at the top of the trail. Yeah, didn't expect that. So we're bunkered in. Okay, we made it. We survived the road. It was actually worse than the road I live on, which is kind of funny. Not so much rougher as the sand was super deep in the spots. It was just like a total sand trap. So I'm in like lowest gear and my finger on the throttle. Every time I hit a deep spot, I'd punch the throttle and plow through it and drag your feet a little bit here and there. And made it. Yeah, it was a rough 2 miles. So check out the site here. This is my rock. So I got a parking area that I'm not going to use. I've got I'm assuming that's for putting your tent. Nice level spot. Not going to use that. I do have a picnic table. I'm probably going to use that. I don't think I'm going to burn anything. I don't see any firewood provided. So probably no fire for the fire pit. But look at what's like I've got from that fence to that fence is this spot. As far as I can tell. Right? There is also 1, 2, 3, 5 walk-in parking spots. There's a picnic table I can see there. Another table over there, right? So I'm like, oh, I didn't see the appeal of that, carrying all my stuff in, since it's already on the bicycle. But there's like 5 walk-ins and I think 7 actual campsites here. And that's it, right? That's pretty cool. So somebody's got that one. Somebody's got one over there. Obviously a trailer there. That's it, so it's like, okay, cool.